Welcome back to Composting, the world's number 91 film review podcast. I'll be your host, Joku and Rosa, joined as always by my co-host, Joku. And today we're looking at the film Miller's Crossing.
What a creek.
What a crossing, dude.
Dude, what a Miller's Crossing. Am I right?
Dude, call me Miller.
Call me Miller Lite.
Call me Michelob Ultra.
Call me, Blade of Michelob.
Call me Bud Light, because I chopped my penis off.
Call me Darman. Ooh, Darman.
Call me...
Dude, we should watch
Call me
that.
by your name.
Dude, we should watch that Darman movie. I think that'd be funny.
Wait, Darman made a movie?
Yeah, it's like an hour long, though.
Dude, I think...
Dude, that could be a good fucking bonus Patreon video.
Dude, subscribe to the Patreon, because episode 1 of the Patreon
It's reacting to the Darman movie.
is reacting to the Darman movie. Yep. $10 a month. You get bonus episodes. And we're unfiltered during those, so you might hear some naughty words.
Rose is gonna say the N-word.
I'm gonna say the N-word. We're really racist in the Patreon only Discord. I mean, in the Discord and in the bonus episodes. $5 a month, you get to join the Discord. And get episodes a week early. It's kind of freaking awesome. Okay. We watched Miller's Crossing. Came out in 1990. Directed by...
Joel Coen, and written by the Coen Brothers, Joel and Ethan Coen,
Yep, Ethan Klein wrote this movie.
with Jada.
Jaden
What?
Animations
Yeah,
directed.
wait. What the fuck is Ethan's wife called again? Hila
Oh, yeah, Gila Klein.
Klein.
She employs children at Teddy Fresh.
Yeah, her children specifically. That's
She's
why
a
she's
pro,
That's why
she's
always
pro-child employment.
Yeah, that's why she's always pregnant. She's supplying factories.
Yeah, that's how they pick the cotton.
Anyway, let's talk about Miller's Crossing.
Let's talk about Miller Lite.
This is your first Coen brother movie, or Coen,
Mm-hmm.
right? You haven't. Have you seen Big Lebowski?
When I was young, I saw it, but I don't remember.
No Country for Old Men.
It's on my watch list.
Okay. Well, these are Coen brother movies. Pretty
And
famous.
Fargo. Can't forget Fargo.
Fargo. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? Hail
Oh,
Caesar.
Pretty famous directors
Yeah.
and writers.
Yeah. This is kind of their standard area. Like, what's the word? Mobster, kind of.
It's very
More
film noir inspired.
Yeah, they're a big fan of like murder kind of.
I'm a huge fan of murder.
Within like the murder realm and that kind of stuff, like Fargo, The Man Who Wasn't There, No Country for Old Men,
Family Guy.
Family Guy. So this is pretty standard one, I feel. It what do I want to say here?
You're so thinking. You're like the thinkiest friend I have.
None of your friends think.
None of my friends think. They act. They do as they're told.
Yeah.
That's why they're not my friends. They're my they're my slaves on my Teddy Fresh child labor factory.
But anyway, this is a pretty early film within their discography. Let me see.
Their filmography.
filmography. Thank you.
Damn.
Sorry. Yeah, this is like around their fourth or third, around that
Very
era.
early film for them.
Yeah.
It's a very simple story with very complicated characters executed very well. Is how I describe it. Our main character is Tommy. He's an Irish guy. And we're in the 20s. So if you're Irish or Italian...
Late 1920s.
If you're Irish or Italian in the late 1920s, what do you do for a living? You either sell gabagoo, you're a boxer, or you're in the mob. Our boy Tommy, he's in the mob, specifically the Irish Mafia, under a guy named Leo. Leo, he's got a little bit of an Icarus complex. I feel like that's how I would describe him. He thinks he's too big to fail. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, I would say that's accurate.
And when he refuses to let one of his clients who pays for protection and does horse race rigging, named...
Wasn't it Frank? No, it wasn't Frank.
It
was Johnny. Johnny Casper.
Yeah. Johnny Casper. When Johnny Casper comes to him, he's like, "Hey, Leo, I need to kill Bernie. Bernie's ratting me out." Leo's like, "Oh, no, Bernie pays for protection, see. I can't let you do that to him." And then Johnny's like, "Hey, what do you mean? I'm fucking done with you." So they have a messy breakup. And now, meanwhile, fucking Tommy, he's sleeping with Leo's girlfriend. He's sleeping with his girl, who is Bernie's sister, I mean. And she's sleeping with Leo because she wants protection for Bernie, but she's sleeping with Tommy because she has feelings for him. Now, Tommy doesn't like Bernie very much, so he thinks that they should just let Bernie be killed. Leo says no. Shenanigans happen. Tommy ends up telling Leo that he's sleeping with Vera, the girl from earlier, and then Leo gets mad. So then Tommy joins the Italians. More hijinks ensue. Double crossing happens. He's told to kill Bernie, but he doesn't kill Bernie, so Bernie's alive, but everyone thinks he's dead. And he starts double crossing the Italians. Then he gets double crossed by Bernie, but then he double crosses Bernie when Bernie tries to shoot Johnny, the big Italian man. And then he shoots Bernie after Bernie shoots Tommy, and then he makes it out of there scot-free.
It's a big double cross.
It's just a massive double crossing and like a really anti-Semitic character. Bernie, look, I'm all for funny stereotypes in mobster flicks, but Bernie was just like, I don't know, it felt almost hateful the way they depicted him as like this sniveling, bottom-feeding, dishonest, greedy Jew. It felt kind of...
He did have
gross.
that epic action scene, though.
He did. But did you feel that they went a little bit too stereotypy with that?
Did you think he had a big nose?
Wait, let me pull this up.
Do you think they pulled a Bradley Cooper and gave him a big nose?
They gave him a silicone nose. Let me look this up.
That's a reference to the Oscars. Callback.
Okay, let's look up a picture of him. I wouldn't say he has a big nose. It's a little bit hooked, however.
Yeah.
But yeah, would you agree with my criticism there?
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, but it's just a double crossing fest. If you like mob flicks, you'll like this movie. It's I wouldn't say the cinematography is necessarily exceptional. There's a lot of good shots in the movie though. And the characters are really well acted, except for Bernie. Bernie, it felt a little bit uncomfortable a lot of the time.
Some of like the accents that they were doing also sometimes weren't like, what's the word?
Consistent.
Yeah, consistent. Thank you.
Yeah, like
And like sometimes
Leo,
I couldn't understand them at all.
well, you're not from New York like me. I thought you hear the Italians and they're talking to me. It's really understandable.
Even so, you want your actors to at least deliver lines that they can deliver.
Yeah, Leo specifically had
Like
Irish
this isn't
accents
under
and
the
then
skin.
not Irish accents.
This isn't under the skin where you're getting random people and you hear a fucking Scottish
Yeah,
accent
no, the
and you
mixing
can't.
was a little bit
Yeah.
not good. And they could have gotten a couple extra shots, but this is early work from them. And some minor criticism. It's kind of hard to do a plot synopsis in this movie, other than like just a bunch of double crossing. You kind of watch it to see it.
Yeah,
And when I
there's a
describe
lot.
it sounds dumb, but like I said, it's a very simple plot with very complex characters.
Yeah.
Our main character, I'd say, is the most complex. His motivations are,
Kind of unknown.
yeah, he's kind of a loose cannon.
Yeah.
I guess you could say it's a pro or a con for the movie.
Yeah.
Like you could say, oh, his motivations are unclear, or you could take it as he's a rogue.
Who is your
And-
favorite character?
The Italian mobster's son, Johnny's son.
Oh.
That is like the most hateful thing in this movie. They cast him like this giant fat kid. And the way that they make his dialogue in this movie is they try and make him as annoying as possible, and they try and make him just so dumb. Like, it's so mean for no reason. The guy slaps his kid. It's crazy, but would you agree that that's the best character in this movie?
Yeah.
Um,
No, I actually liked Johnny the most personally, like the father. The kid.
Johnny was great. Johnny, I loved every moment he was
I
on screen.
like John Polito. I've seen him in a couple of things.
Yeah.
He's just like, he gives off that energy. I love it.
Johnny,
Like,
I love Johnny. He's
I love-
such a likable character in this.
Just
Even though
like
he's a
the
scumbag.
actor. I love the actor. He radiates like sleaziness. Like
There's
there's like
a sleaze.
yeah, in another Coen movie, called The Man That Wasn't There, I believe. He's also like plays the same kind of sleazy archetype,
Yeah.
and like I love him. He also, and same in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's in an episode there.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. I like It's Always Sunny.
He's Frank's brother.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's Always Sunny is probably the best show still on television.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. He's great. It's such a fun character.
I just love
Um,
I love him every time he's on screen.
Yeah, he's I like jokes aside with the son. He's the most. He's my favorite part of the movie because he is. There's so many like funny things about his character where he talks about ethics a lot,
Yeah.
and that's one of his character traits.
Yeah.
I love. It acts as a good commentary on like ethical business because it's always such bullshit.
Yeah.
I think that was good.
Dude, I am gonna wait. This is just a quick side tangent. I got like a bunch of piercings today. These nose ones.
You pierced your third nipple that
Yeah, my
you
third
got
nipple.
is a birth defect.
Yeah. But like I got my nose pierced on both sides, and like it fucking hurts to yawn.
That's fun.
Cause for context, we're recording this at 10 p.m. So I'm pretty tired. And like every
3 or like 4, I think.
Yeah, and you got like 2 Jimmy John sandwiches.
Oh yeah, I'll tell that story. But what were you saying?
But like the shit hurts every time I yawn. Tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to feel like death. I also got my ears pierced as well.
Yeah, and for context, Joku's face is like 80% piercings and 2% skin. They have many piercings, and I am afraid to ask if they have any piercings not in their face because I feel like
What's your favorite one of my piercings?
your septum piercing because I love the story behind it.
What's the story behind my septum piercing?
Why aren't you telling me this? And why are you making me tell your story? Okay, fine, I'll tell you your story. You said it was you got it because of the moon.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking like I told you a story of like what happened when I got it.
Is there a story?
No, I got it. I got it.
Just make one up. You want me to make up the story?
Yeah, you can make up a story.
Yeah. The guy who gave him,
this girl
gave it to her. I'm making up the story. Why are you correcting my made-up story?
Because I'm correcting the gender of them.
Fucking wokey.
Oh, you can't call. That's our word. Fuck you.
Dude, I invented a new slur, wokey.
That's our word. Dude, it
Dude,
sounds
oh
like
my God.
Wookiee. It sounds like Wookiee from Star
I need to
Wars.
get signed by the Daily Wire. Dude, imagine if that became the new slur that everyone uses.
Yeah.
Like, you're such a wokey mom. But, yeah, the guy who gave Joku the piercing was actually John Wilkes Booth.
Reincarnated.
Reincarnated as a worm, and John Wilkes Booth said, "Would you still love me if I was a worm?" And Joku said, "I'll always love you, John Wilkes Booth. The South will rise again." And then they did the little Heil Hitler and said white power, which is weird because you're Jewish. Would you mind explaining that? I really don't understand your motivation behind doing that.
I really liked the recent Fortnite season.
Was John Wilkes Booth a skin in that, and that inspired you?
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. But I'll tell my Jimmy John story. The reason that this took this recording,
We got
session,
so bored of the movie that we're just talking about fucking Jimmy John.
I know, but this is a good story. So, for context, I got Jimmy John's a month ago. No, it's Jersey Mike's.
It was
not
like
Jimmy John.
it was like a week ago.
Yeah, it was like a week ago.
Dude,
I
I'm
got
gonna be
Jersey
real.
Mike's.
I like Jimmy John's more than Jersey Mike's.
Dude, they both suck ass. No, neither of them are.
No.
Neither of them are
Here.
good.
Have you had the ranch at Jimmy John's?
Who eats ranch? Ranch is just worse blue cheese. Ranch is blue cheese for people who hate themselves.
Dude, it's like spicy, like jalapeno ranch. Get
You
it?
think all ranch is spicy? You I can't say that. Bleep that out.
Dude, bleep it out and make it seem like you called me.
Just don't give no indication as to what I said, and then
It
just
just says
silent. You think everything's spicy?
This shit sucks.
So good. Um, yeah, but I had Jersey Mike's a couple weeks ago. I got the fucking the chicken Philly. No, it's the chicken cheesesteak, and when I picked it up, they gave me a normal cheesesteak with steak. So I called them, and they said, we'll make that for you, so I got a free sandwich. This time it happened again, and I got the giant sandwich. Because times have been tough here at the composting business, so I'm like, I'm going to save some money. I'm going to get an extra
Jersey
meal out of my sandwich. And I got so lucky because they fucked up again in the same way. So now I've
They just
three...
they put the opposite meat.
Yeah, again, I got three meals worth of sandwich sitting in the fridge. Half of my steak, giant sub, and one full giant chicken sub. But what happened is that we ended up having to take a pretty long break in the middle of the movie. Because then when I went left to pick it up, my mother said to me, "Oh my God, they have strawberry custard at the custard place. It's only for today. You need to go get us some. I want my coffee. I want coffee milkshake, extra thick." I'm like, "Okay, Ma." So I went and got that too. So it's a pretty long recording session.
Yeah.
That's my Jersey Mike story. Order the chicken sub at Jersey Mike's and hope that they give you steak, because that's worth it. Honestly, that's why I went, because I was hoping it would happen again. But back to the movie. What?
Share more thoughts on the movie.
Were you my boss? I thought I was the boss around here.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You got a lip on you, kid. Huh? Less talking, more thinking, okay, buddy? Actually, more talking, less thinking. You think too much. You gotta talk more. This is a podcast. But, yeah, it's just a good all-around mobster flick. In terms of criticisms I have of the movie, I mentioned the Jewish character that was a little bit too stereotypy in a way that felt kind of hateful. Like, they're showing a picture of me on screen that I'm not going to describe, but I'm not happy. They're, cackling at it. I'm not happy. I didn't consent to this photo being taken, by the way. They tricked me into it, but it is a very funny picture that we will not describe. Your camera turned off.
Can you make it? Yeah, no, I turned it off. Can you make it the thumbnail? You won't.
No.
Can you make it? No, make it where you're holding an Oscar.
No, don't even describe what that picture is. I don't want to describe. You can't even have that.
I'm just saying, make it so it looks like you're holding an Oscar.
Don't even insinuate as to what that looks like. I don't like that picture.
Okay, no. But for instance, it could they don't know. It could be what I'm gonna show to you right now. It could be the
stop.
Oscar down here.
It's not nude. It's not nude. Stop insinuating that you think that.
Well, now you ruined it because they could have made that interpretation.
Oh no! Now they might be able to figure out what it is. Now we can't describe it. This picture wasn't taken with my consent. I was tricked into it. Now.
You did it.
You tricked me. Now.
You literally. Back to the movie.
Okay, back to the movie. Other than the weird anti-Semitic character, the other thing that I don't like in this
We
movie,
talked about some of the accent inconsistency
yeah.
and like not being able to understand some lines.
How'd you feel about the way Vera was portrayed?
She was fine. I don't know. I was
Yeah.
kind
It's very film noir in its portrayal of women.
yeah.
I mean, misogyny is a part of the genre. You know,
Yeah.
like, is it really film noir if it isn't very misogynistic?
Yeah.
Same way that if you're making 1990s comedy, you have to have like yellow face in it.
Yeah.
Like Ted, my favorite movie.
What was your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part of the movie by far, um, honestly, when when Eddie Dane tries to cross there's so much crossing in this movie. Tries to cross fucking Tommy after Tommy crosses him in front of Johnny and
I
Johnny's like freaking out.
where like Dane dies.
Yeah, I will
That's
say
also my favorite part actually.
yeah, and then there's the
Dane is
I
just
don't know how to
brutal.
describe it, is the really fat guy coded as being disabled screaming. Which
yeah.
and it was kind of ableist. That's another criticism of the movie. The movie is kind of ableist, but yeah.
I think Dane is also probably one of my favorite characters.
Oh,
He,
Dane is such a fun character.
you know
He-
what? He kind of gives us the same, at least for me, the same energy as the main villain from
Budapest.
no, you're gonna find this funny. As Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, it's true, and I kind of got the vibe of the like leather vampire biker guy from Hotel Grand Budapest.
Hotel Grand, like Willem Dafoe's character.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was kind of a similar fun archetype.
Yeah.
He's just like this ruthless guy in a way that's very over the top and fun. It's just a fun movie.
Yeah. I think I would recommend The Man Who Wasn't There over this one. Personally, I was more invested in The Man Who Wasn't There. It's also like a noir, more 60s though. How did you feel about how the movie captured the time period?
I think it did in a lot of very interesting and well done ways that were more subtle than a lot of movies do. The way that they reveal the time period directly is by saying we're going to do a bust on it on this guy's club. We heard a police officer says this. We heard that they had games of chance and liquor in there, and that's the way that they establish it,
Yeah.
which I think is just very well done.
It's
In
like
terms
subtle.
of yeah, in terms of like not thinking the viewers are dumb, and then throughout the rest of it, it's it's 1920s mob shit in all of the most fun, good ways.
Yeah.
The handguns that they use in this movie, they use a lot very very cool guns of the time period. Obviously, they have the Tommy gun in this movie.
I really liked the revolver Dane used. That was my favorite.
Oh yeah, the I think that was a fucking oh Smith and Wesson something express cartridge revolver, just like big big cartridge revolver. I liked the very early blowback operated pistol that they give Tommy when he's told to shoot Bernie in this movie. I thought it was a cool looking piece of the time period. They put a lot of effort into the cars used in this movie, the guns used in this movie, the costume design in this movie. I loved. I loved the way that Johnny, like, they played into like this sleazy kind of buffoon who ended up in this position of power, um, just by his ability to kind of manipulate people. The way that they kind of portray that through his clothing with his like pants up way too high, his stubby little tie. I think it's just a lot of fun.
Did you notice Francis McDormand?
No.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Oh, then this means nothing to you.
It didn't mean anything to me.
They were the secretary to the mayor. They're a really good actor. I really like them.
They gave a hell of a performance with their one line in setting down a platter and then walking out of a room.
Yeah. They're in a lot of Coen movies.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely just a fucking good movie. What were some of your other criticisms?
Did you know Sam... Wait, I'm looking at the credits here. Did you know Sam Raimi was in the movie?
Who did he play?
Snickering Gunman.
Dude, probably my favorite Sam Raimi role. Let's be real. He killed it as playing Snickering Gunman. I love like background character names in credits, by the way.
Yeah.
They're always just insane. Who played the fat kid?
The fat kid. Do you know what his... Yeah, let me... do you remember what the name of the...
Nah, it doesn't matter. What were some things you didn't like?
Louis Charles Monacule III was the name of the actor who played.
Okay, I'm going on his IMDb.
Okay.
What else did he do?
Nothing.
That's so sad. Dude, that kid's confidence was probably fucked. It's so sad. Imagine being known for that.
Well, I don't know how many people have seen this movie.
2 of them, at least. No, but now we're putting this guy on blast on our podcast.
You put him on blast.
You're complicit.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, you took responsibility, and that's good.
What do you think of the music?
Music. Probably my other favorite scene in this movie. Johnny's boys, they hear that Leo's trying to fuck with them, so they double cross Leo. After Leo double crossed them, and they try and get a hit on his house. And there's just a very well choreographed gunfight. All of the gunfights are awesome in this movie. There's so many moving parts
They're
and
so
clever
fun.
aspects to them. Like this gunfight.
It's so over the top.
It's so fun though. Like
Yeah.
like when the Dane's character shoots a guy who's behind a wall.
Yeah.
And you don't know if it went through. And he
You
just
hear it?
stares, and then the guy
It just
slow falls down. It's so fun. But Leo, his house gets hit. And there's just some awesome Italian opera playing. I love this film's use of opera. It's so great. It's so fun. It's so dramatic. Opera's playing in the background as 2 gunmen are marching through. They kill one of the guys in the house who's smoking a cigarette, and the cigarette lights some paper on fire, and Leo sees the smoke coming through his floor in his bedroom. That's how he knows that something's up. I think that's so fun, but it's just an awesome gunfight that happens with this opera playing. I think it's so well done. Pretty much every scene with opera in it in this movie is just over the top fun.
Yeah.
But the music at the end and a lot of the more non-dramatic parts of this film soundtrack just felt so painfully 1990s movie. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I felt that.
It was just it kind of took me out of the film and made me think, damn, this movie's from the 90s, isn't it? In a way that's hard to describe. But would you feel do you feel the same way? Or?
Yeah, I feel the same. Did you ever feel like it dragged in some areas?
A little bit towards the end.
There were some draggy moments for me.
Yeah, I think that the film is really good at its over the top cheesy parts, but every time it tries to like slow down and do kind of monotonous shit where he's just going from one person's house to another person's house, then it gets kind of boring. But you're never taken out of it for long. And I do think that these characters are entertaining.
What do you think of the dream sequence? Did you like that?
Yeah, I liked the dream sequence. I really liked the line, "There's nothing more pathetic than a man chasing his own hat."
Yeah.
Yeah, because the character of Tommy is very, I don't know how to say this in a way that isn't cheesy. I mean, the movie is cheesy. It knows that it's cheesy. But he kind of has a moral code only he knows. In a way that that might not make sense to everybody.
Yeah.
But fucking fun movie.
Yeah.
Anything else you disliked?
Not really. There were like some technical aspects that like are nitpicks, but like it was fine. It was a good movie. I liked it.
The color coding in this movie is very pretty.
Yeah.
I think.
There were some really nice shots though.
Oh,
especially
yeah.
in like Miller's Crossing, like those scenes in there. Yeah. I really like some.
Where he you think that Tommy's gonna kill Bernie, but he lets him go. That's a really interesting, fun, dramatic shot. And both of our favorite scene in the movie, where the Dane is double crossing Tommy, who's double crossing him, and it cuts to Johnny like sweating and watching, turned away, like not knowing what to do. That's just a very dramatic shot. Then Johnny hits the Dane with a shovel because this movie's awesome. But yeah. Anything else you gotta say about this movie?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah,
you want to score it?
What would you give it out of 15?
I'm feeling an 8.2506.
What are you thinking out of 15 in a way that isn't annoying?
Sorry. Sorry. 8.5. We'll go with that.
8.5 out of 15? And I'm thinking... Wait, I thought you gave it a 7 out of 10. What do you mean 8.5 out of 15?
9? 9.5.
No, wait. 7 times 1.5 is 10.5. I don't...
Okay, then 10.5.
Do you not know how numbers work?
I know how numbers work.
Okay. Why are you staring at me like that?
Okay, what's your number then?
11.
Okay.
So
add up our scores. It's
21.5 out of 30. What's 9 plus 10, Joku? What's 9 plus 10.5? The score of this movie. That's what it is.
2.
Can you say 21.5?
21.5.
With 9 plus 10. Yep. This has been the Composting Podcast, brought to you by Camel Cigarettes.
Round of applause, please.
Go Camel! Alright, I'm recording this right now because we did this out of order, but we're gonna go to our thoughts on the Oscars right now.
We're gonna go viral with this one.
Your branches speak to me of love. Pale moon.
We're gonna go viral with this one.
Shadows from
Welcome back to Composting, the only place where you can watch the Oscars live. I'll be your host, Rosa, joined today by my co-host, the Joker.
I'm the Joker, baby, and Joker should have won Best Picture this year.
I meant Joker from Persona 5, because that's literally what you look like.
Thanks, liberal.
The woke media is always telling me that I look like Joker from Persona 5. I don't think so.
What did Elon Musk post before the Oscars?
He posted, stroking my dick right now, got lotion on my dick right now, by a bust.
Dude, this man. Trying to look at this post. Like, you just post random bullshit.
Random bullshit, like, I think Hitler at a point.
Yeah.
Whoa, wait, don't clip that out of context.
Alright. So this is what Elon Musk posted before the Oscars. Winning an Oscar now just means you won the woke contest.
Welcome back to the woke contest. I'll be your host, Jimmy Kimmel. Joined today by my co-host, Gender.
What's up? I'm Jimmy Kimmel's Gender.
No,
here.
joined by the Gender Bender from Futurama.
Oh.
That episode's funny, I think.
Yeah, sorry.
I know it's transphobic, but I like that episode of Futurama. No one else can like it, though.
Because then they're copying you, and that's lame.
Dude, yeah, literally. Just like we copied Ralph, the movie maker.
Yep.
When we talked about a movie he talked about 8 years ago.
Let's talk about these Oscars, shall we?
Yup. I didn't watch half of them because I was too busy huffing ammonia. That's not a joke. I had to clean every single wall in my place of work with ammonia. And I got a severe headache.
While Rosa was doing that, I was watching the first half of the Oscars. Guess what?
Wait, play that... Editing, Rosa, play that sound effect where it's like you're looking into the past. Like, you know that one? The flashback? That one, yeah, like that. Okay, now we're in the past. This is you watching the Oscars. How are you reacting?
Oh my god. I'm not surprised by any of these wins.
What was your ratio of correct to incorrect predictions?
I think it was like I think I got 6 wrong.
Which is impressive because, like, your
like 20.
your hit rate is better than most police officers.
Yeah, and this is a leftist podcast.
Dude, welcome back to the Leftist Podcast. Today we're going to be reading all of Marx's Capital, Volume 3.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Please.
Sorry. Let me skip past all 100 pages of introduction. In Volume 1, we investigated the phenomena exhibited by the process of capitalist production, taken by itself, i.e. the immediate production process, in which all connection and all secondary influences external to this process were left out of account. Is this a good bit? Is this funny?
No.
Okay. I'm quitting the podcast. It's over. What was the first award of the night?
Best Actress was the first award.
Which, okay, that's so fucked.
Why?
Like, why do they treat Best Actor like it's more important? And make it one of the last awards of the night?
Don't know.
I know. It's called sexism. That's why Ghostbusters 2016 should have won Best Picture.
It did. It did win Best Picture.
It did?
Yeah, it did.
Are you
Nah,
kidding
just-
me?
Yeah, no, I'm kidding you. I just.
Oh, I got freaking pranked, dude.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
got
god.
pranked.
Oh,
Dude, we
dude, I got
cannot-
freaking pranked. Rosa, play Filthy Pranked, that little soundbite. I just got filthy pranked. What the heck?
Pranked, baby. You just got
Let's actually stay
pranked,
focused
bro.
for once. What was your favorite part of the Oscar?
The when a picture of Robert Oppenheimer's balls won Best Picture, because they said, "Damn, those balls look good in there." My favorite part of the Oscars was obviously the acceptance speech given by the Zone of Interest what won Best Foreign Film.
Yeah, Jonathan Glazer.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Hassan video?
I did not actually, because I didn't want to copy his talking points, but
I watched it like in math class today. I got bored.
I'm assuming that he's gonna say what I'm about to say, except from a Turkish perspective,
Turkish man.
from the perspective of Big House. But yeah, the acceptance speech was great. Glazer was the producer, correct?
No, director.
Director. We're gonna cut that part out. And this is-
You sent me the producer. The producer was on stage with him. I think it's
Yeah,
on
the producer gave a great interview on Democracy Now! In regards to what Glazer talked about with the genocide in Gaza.
yeah.
And yeah, like, he gave pretty much the standard Jewish take if you're not evil, which is like, Israel, you're doing some Hitler shit. Don't do that in our name, 'cause
Yeah.
yeah. But it was a very powerful speech, I think. Everybody should check it out. Listen to
you-
it if you haven't listened to it.
were you
Watch
there
the
when-
Hassan reaction.
Were you there whenever the 20 Days in Murapol won Best Documentary?
I was there.
Yeah, that was also a really good speech.
Yeah, I thought that was a good speech. Yeah.
Just announcing that they didn't want to make this movie and they said that they have to.
Yeah, I thought it was a very powerful
Yeah.
speech.
Both of those speeches were like the most impactful I found. I did
Yeah.
have favorite speeches that I did like that weren't.
I loved the Godzilla acceptance speech. It was very sweet.
Some other speeches that I did really like were Divine Randolph and Emma
We're
Stone.
going out of order. We're going to go award by award.
Fucking Divine Randolph was the fucking first award, so
Dude, we came
Checkmate.
full circle.
yeah.
I just got checkmated.
Yeah.
There's a plane flying. Hope you don't hear that. So, first award, Best Actress. What film did they win it for? Who won it?
The Holdovers, Divine Randolph.
Sorry, they're spraying chemtrails right above my head. I hope you can't hear that.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the holdovers? Do you think that award was deserved?
I do have my ranking, um, of the Best Picture nominees. So I'm gonna send that to you real quick so you can see it and put it up. I don't know. Holdovers was not my favorite. It's like number 8, and like
It looked pretty from what I saw of it.
it felt very Oscar baity. Like I don't know. It was kind of predictable. Feel good movie. Didn't really have a lot of substance to it that I felt. But I do like it as like, ooh, it's a nice winter day. Gonna sit inside, have the fireplace going, watch this. That's the type of vibe. It's a warm hug.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. But
Yeah.
Divine should have won. She did win. I'm glad that she won. She was my pick.
Yeah, I think Lily Gladstone was the actress in
Killers.
Killers. I think that she gave an excellent performance. I think that who's the actress in Zone of Interest?
Sandra Holler.
Sandra Holler. I think her performance was electric.
But she wasn't nominated for Zone of Interest.
Yeah, which is surprising.
I liked her performance in Anatomy of a Fall more, personally.
Hmm. Well,
That's what
did she
that's
get
what got.
nominated for that?
Yeah, that's what she got nominated for.
Oh, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Lily Gladstone would have been my pick from what I saw this year, but
I'm happy with Emma Stone too. I'm not disappointed. That would be my second pick, so I'm still happy. I liked her speech.
Mhm.
Moving.
yeah, her speech was very sweet.
Also, now you're
Okay.
going out of order because that was at the end.
Wait, what was first award?
Leading actress, or not leading actress? Sorry, supporting actress.
You said best actress was the first award. That was your fault. You literally
Sorry.
said best actress.
My bad.
Damn it.
I meant supporting actress. We can just move
Next
down the list
award.
because
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go through I'm gonna go from the bottom and just go up on
Started at the bottom.
the Oscars
Now we're still
website
at the bottom.
because we're gonna end with fucking Best Picture.
Dude, what's it gonna be?
I wonder what.
It's a
So-
surprise. You're gonna have to watch until the end. I mean, listen. or
First
watch.
award we have is original screenplay. It went to Anatomy of a Fall. Which I'm happy about. It was really good.
What were the nominees? The other ones?
The Holdovers, Maestro, May December, Past Lives.
Oh.
I think
I
Past
heard
Lives.
Maestro sucked.
Yeah, it did. Past Lives was my number 2. I also really did like May December. So those
Yep.
I
In a
would've been-
past life, I was a squirrel or a mouse.
Thanks for sharing.
yeah.
Moving up, we have adapted screenplay. The nominees were American Fiction, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. The winner was American Fiction.
Which is that movie was Oscar baity.
Oh yeah, it was not.
It was
that good.
very white liberal baity. I'm sorry.
Did you see it?
No, but I saw a lot of content about it.
Did you see?
Enough
Do you know about the
enough to where I-
first scene?
No, what was the first scene?
The first scene in the movie was Jeffrey Wright writing the N-word on a bowl. He's a teacher, for context. Writing the N-word on a whiteboard, hard R, and he asked the class
In front of the student.
how it makes them feel, and the white blue-haired woman is uncomfortable by it.
I would be. I'm sorry. Am I white for saying that I'd be uncomfortable if I had a teacher write the hard R on the whiteboard and ask how it made me feel? Like in high school, we talked about the etymology of the N word.
Yeah.
Like these conversations are important, but you don't open by writing the N word on the board. But a friend of mine who's Haitian, he saw it. I asked him about it because I wasn't sure if I wanted to see it or not. He said, "Yeah, it's a film about black people for white people."
Yeah.
It was corny. I was like, "Yeah, I'll skip out on that."
Technically, wasn't really there. Also, like it was jumping all over the place in quality.
Yeah.
Sterling K. Brown was like the best part of the movie. So.
Yeah, I feel like I said, I haven't seen the movie, but
seen a lot of them.
I've heard enough about it to confidently say that Zone of Interest was probably a better and more impactful.
I think Poor Things. I wanted Poor Things to win, personally.
Which my friend described as "quote unquote" a pedophile movie.
Let's hope we can get them on the podcast.
I hope we can get them on the podcast.
Have you messaged them about it?
I have. They said they're not sure. Not the best pick, but it's the Oscars. It's white liberals making the decisions. So.
Moving on. Visual effects. The nominees were Godzilla -1, The Creator, Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 3, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, and Napoleon.
Yeah, Godzilla looked beautiful.
Godzilla was my pick. I'm glad it won. We talked about how the people got cut off who were giving their speech. Oh yeah, pretty disheartening.
They were so sweet. It's sad.
Mm-hmm. They came out on the stage
cried.
with like little Godzilla figures.
They were like the happiest to be there. It made me so happy to see them.
Also, for the studio, like some of the people who worked on Boy and the Heron were also at the awards, and they also had little plushies of a character within their film. So I thought that was very interesting and cute.
The Japanese government makes it. They signed it into law that you must bring a cute little guy to every awards show. Honestly, I think that every movie, they should come onto stage with like little guys.
Yeah.
Like for Oppenheimer, they can have like a little
atom bomb
replica of Fat Man and Little Boy, and a like karate chop action Oppenheimer figure.
They throw it at the Japanese people when presented.
Dude, a little pull string Oppenheimer figure. It says,
back to the American Fiction. Also, just like the acceptance speech that they gave was so fucking goofy. The guy was like really like panicked or like excited, and like every 5 seconds, like not some 5 seconds, every like millisecond, man is turning his head in each direction. It's really funny.
He's looking for other black people. He couldn't find any. Very white. The Oscars were very white.
Wow. Crazy.
Shocking.
Next.
But not very white if you're like me and you don't think the Jews are white.
Next. Sound.
God, I'm fucking funny.
Sound.
God, why don't you laugh at that? That was an awesome.
Moving on to the next award. For sound, the nominees were The Zone of Interest,
I love
The
sound.
Creator, Maestro, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, and Oppenheimer. I mean, this was the award that I was most excited for. I was really hoping that Zone of Interest would take it.
I mean, yeah, like the entire story
Revolves around sound.
revolves around sound. Like it is one of very few films where if I was given the choice between like watching it silently with subtitles on or just watching the audio but with descriptive captions for what the scene was, I'd pick the audio. Like that's how effective the auditory storytelling is in this. And the winner was
The zone of interest.
deserved.
Yeah.
Like
I was really happy about this. I'm glad that it didn't go to Oppenheimer.
dude, Oppenheimer, the sound was not good.
I like the sound, but I don't think it was like impactful.
It was okay. Here's the thing.
I mean, like,
The way that they went about sound in that movie is that it was like okay for most of the movie, and then they would interject like these weird unnecessary scenes where it's just sound.
yeah, and like technical stuff.
And it's like, hey Academy, look. Hey Academy, check this out.
No, like, Academy is along the same lines as like, loud equal funny, loud equal good.
I mean, loud does equal funny.
Moving on, we have live action short. The nominees were The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, The After, Invincible, Night of Fortune, Red, White, and Blue.
I hope we're Red, White, and Blue one. Because this is a award show for Americans. And I think that no foreign film like Godzilla or Zone of Interest should be winning. I'll tell you what.
The winner was The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugarman, which
That sounds like a good American name.
it was directed by Wes Anderson, which this is their first Oscar, and they weren't there
Shockingly.
because they were in Germany because the next day after the Oscars was the first day of filming for their new movie.
Yeah, but I didn't see it, but deserved, I think. Like, just from the shots of the short that they showed, like, the moment that came up on screen, before they told what movie it was, from the first shot, you can tell it was Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
Wes Anderson.
I really liked it.
Just from
It was
how-
really good. This is my favorite. I think Invincible. I also really connected with Invincible.
Because you're invincible. And you can do anything if you put your mind to
Yeah.
it. I believe in you, Joku.
Thank you. We got animated short film, which were, how the fuck am I gonna say this? Pachyderma? Dermy?
Is it in, if it's in Russian, Spanish, or French, send it to me and I can read it.
I'm just gonna send it to you. Read this one out loud and cut all of this out.
Pachyderm. Pachyderm.
Our
Pachyderm.
uniform, 95 senses.
Wait, what country is this from?
Let me check.
Because I can... if it's not French.
French. It is
I'll-
French.
Oh, yeah, Pachyderm. Keep in all of that. That was fun.
Letter to a Pig.
But put in a laugh track.
War is Over, inspired by the music of John and Yoko. The winner was War is Over. This was like the most predictable award for me. Like,
Personally, I think that if you make any sort of content about the Beatles, it should not win anything.
yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how. I don't think they need to see any of them personally. Like, they just see fucking John and Yoko, and they're like, yeah, that's the one.
And they start coming all over.
Yeah, so this one was a
They
very
start
easy prediction for me.
posting. It was so easy for you. You're a super genius. You're like Ben Shapiro.
Yep. I am like Ben Shapiro.
Dude, I wish we could get Ben Shapiro on the podcast. Like, that's one of those dream guests.
What would you make?
Yeah,
What would you
like-
make Ben Shapiro watch?
I'd make him watch The Zone of Interest.
I'd make him watch Barbie. See if he could actually make it through it.
Oh, again?
I don't believe he did it.
You don't think he watched Barbie?
It's too woke.
It is too woke. That was my biggest criticism of Barbie, is that it was just way too woke.
Actually,
Yeah, it was too woke, dude. I saw it and I was like, oh, it's so woke. I was like, get this woke garbage out of my face.
all right. Next,
And then I watched Zone of Interest, which is not a woke movie because it's about the Nazis.
production design. The nominees were Napoleon, Oppenheimer, Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Poor Things.
Okay, by the way, just to shit talk Napoleon
Did you see it?
real quick. No, because I was too fucking. I got fucking pissed when I saw Ridley Scott give an interview where he's like, "Yeah, I don't care about historical accuracy. It's just about telling a good story."
Yeah.
It's like, no, fuck you. Like, I'm not gonna see that shit.
I saw it.
Fuck you.
It was pretty.
Do you think
It was
that?
pretty mid.
Do you think that like ignoring historical accuracy really improved the movie?
I mean, I didn't really think it was like that good of a movie. Like I found it to be very average
Dude.
with just like how it was like just it's like how it went about things wasn't like very good on its own.
Napoleon is such an interesting historical figure that you don't need to be historically inaccurate to make him interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frustrating. But the winner was.
Poor Things. I thought this one was gonna go to Barbie. I was really delighted to see it go to Poor Thing.
One second. Play the little boo sound. I'm gonna close my window because there's a dog. Dude, who the fuck let the dogs out? Who thought that was a good idea?
No idea. I was happy to see Poor Things
Wait.
get.
Play who let the dogs out.
Thank you, Quasimodo, for that one.
Yeah, but Poor Things, I'm very excited to see it. I'll be watching it soon. Yep, how'd you feel about the acceptance speech?
It was good. It wasn't the director. It was just the team that was behind them.
It was just some guy.
It's the team behind the production. But yep, I liked it.
Next award.
We got music, original song. I'm Just Ken. It Never Went Away.
Ooh.
Was Zia, A Song for My People.
Send it to me.
All right.
I'll pronounce it.
All right.
I'm the pronouncer on this show.
Yeah, I'm not pretty good with like speaking.
The good thing you were on a podcast.
Yeah.
Wazaze.
All right. Was it? Thank you.
Wazaze.
The Fire Inside.
At least
And What Was I Made For?
you were made for the Oscars, that's what.
A Song for My People. All of these were performed. I think the best performances were I'm Just Ken and What Was I Made For. I know you weren't there for or not what
I was there for I'm Just Ken.
I didn't mean to say What Was I Made For, sorry. A Song for My People was the other one that I really liked.
I thought that was a very well composed song.
Did you see it like
as a
live?
No, but I heard it.
Yeah, in the movie.
And in the movie, and as a percussionist, I thought it was really
Yeah, seeing it like
really great.
seeing it performed, like it was really nice. It was really cool to see. It was also performed by the Osage tribe, which I think is also really important.
super cool.
And yeah,
And the I'm Just Ken performance, Slash just randomly materialized on stage.
yeah. But that
I don't know why he was
But
there.
that was
but
epic.
Slash was there. Dude, I feel like you could just pay slash $20, and he would like play your birthday party. He shows up to shit.
Come
you
on,
know.
come on, give him a little more credit. He would do $21.
What's 9 plus 10? You stupid. No, I'm not. What's 9 plus 10?
The award went to
What's 9 plus?
the award went to What Was I Made For, which isn't surprising. It's Billie Eilish, Academy, as
Which I'm
loves
okay with,
Billie
'cause she's
Eilish
really
so
hot,
much.
because she's really hot.
What argument is that? That argument sucks.
She's my celebrity crush. I can make this argument.
What if it turned out she was a Zionist? Would she still be your celebrity crush?
Look. I can fix her. Look, man. I've dated someone with borderline personality disorder. I know that thinking that you can fix somebody, it always works out. Which is why they're my ex.
So true.
Remember, listener, never think that you can fix somebody. Give up.
I'll fix them for you.
I'll fix them for you.
Alright. Up next, we have Music Original
Peter
Score.
Griffin.
The nominees were Poor Things, American Fiction, Killers of the Flower Moon, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer's score was so mediocre. Like, it just felt like the score for A Beautiful Mind. Like, that's just what it felt like. It felt like
Sorry.
A Beautiful Mind. And
I mean, like, the score was fine. I wanted Poor Things to win. Like, after only hearing the soundtrack once, I can still remember, like, some of the songs.
can you beatbox and sing it? Keep going.
No, I don't want to.
Keep going or you're fired. I'm gonna dock your pay. I'm the boss here.
Are we unionized?
I'm a union officer. I believe in unions. I don't think we need a union. I don't think we really need a union. I think that you're a good worker, and I don't want unions to like take your money.
Oh, okay.
I'm the bourgeoisie of this arrangement.
Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny shouldn't have been there also, and American Fiction
It's John Williams.
shouldn't have been there. They both were like
It's John.
they both did not deserve to
I'm
be there.
concerned it's John Williams, though.
Yeah, still doesn't like change the fact that it wasn't that good.
But it's the Academy, of course they're gonna have it there.
You're so right.
Wasn't Star Wars nominated for like best score?
I don't know.
Like,
Anyway, makeup and hairstyling. Nominees were Golda.
wait, you didn't say. Oh, wait, you did say who won. Never mind.
No, I didn't. The last one was Oppenheimer. Makeup and hairstyling.
not deserved.
Maestro. Oppenheimer. Society of the Snow. Golda and Poor Things. The winner was Poor Things. I was really happy about this. It made me really happy.
I thought you were gonna say Society of the Spectacle, a 1969 short film by French Marxist Guy Debord.
Yeah.
And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. That film came out ages ago. Except you said Society of the Snow.
Alright. Yeah, I was happy. Poor Things got makeup and hairstyling. International feature film were Perfect Days, Society of the Snow, The Teacher's Lounge, I Capital, and The Zone of Interest. And the winner was
Can you guess who deserved
The
it?
Zone of Interest. That's not to say that like the other movies weren't good. I still really liked them. Teacher Lounge
But I mean,
was
Zone of Interest is
it was my favorite.
it's a 10 it's a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. I know you think it's a 9 out of 10.
I think it's
'cause
a,
you're
I think it's a
anti-Semitic.
high 9 out of 10 for clarification.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a strong 9 to a soft 10
Yeah.
on the Fantano scale.
Yeah, exactly. Now you're getting it.
Yeah. So that it's like a 14 out of 15. I think that's why I gave it.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair. But it's great. Yeah, we talked about. I have a lot of complicated feelings about the movie. I think it's very well done.
All right. Next, film editing. The nominees were Anatomy of a Fall, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, The Holdovers, and Poor Things. The winner was Oppenheimer, and I thought the editing was...
That's my thought about Oppenheimer winning that.
Yeah. I don't know. I would have rather Poor Things, but I'm okay with Oppie. Oppie's fine.
It did not.
It's fine.
Nothing about that movie made me go like, wow, that was incredible. The movie just made me feel like, hey, that was a good movie.
I was like, wow, they really did
was an
blow up a
exception.
hydrogen bomb for this.
They really did kill they killed thousands of Japanese people to make this movie.
Just for the bit. Next movie. Documentary short film. The Last Repair Shop. APC's a book banning. Island in Between. The Barber of Little Rock. And Naya and WIPO. I wanted Naya to win this one.
Because you hate music.
I thought it was gonna go to the ABC's of book banning, but it went to The Last Repair Shop.
Which is awesome
Yeah.
because they gave a really good speech about the importance of music education.
Yeah,
And as a musician, I couldn't agree more.
I
Music educators, you guys are heroes.
liked
Genuinely.
the. I'm glad that it won. It was
Yeah.
pretty good.
And yeah, the speech makes me want to watch the film.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that in my free time because music is awesome. Everyone should play music. It's a beautiful thing. Joku.
yeah. Anyway, documentary feature film. The nominees were To Kill a Tiger, The Eternal Memory, Four Daughters, Bobby Wine, The People's President, and 20 Days in Maripol. The winner was 20 Days.
I mean, that was kind of to be expected.
Yeah.
But, and deservedly so.
Yeah. The other interesting one
um,
within that category that would have been my number 2 was Four Daughters. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's why we should go back to war in the Middle East. Welcome back. That brings us to the sponsor of today's video.
Camel cigarettes.
The RX Corporation, formerly known as Raytheon. Are you in the market for a fucking bomb? Check out the RX Corporation, formerly known as Raytheon. Okay. Yep, and like we said, the speech was very impactful.
Yep. Happy.
Yep.
Directing was Killers of the Flower Moon, Anatomy of a Fall, Poor Things, Oppenheimer, and The Zone of Interest. The winner was Oppenheimer.
Not deserved.
I don't know. Oppenheimer is just like such a safe pick, I find.
Dude.
I would have
Okay.
wanted it to go to Poor Things, to Yorgos, but no.
Yeah, like I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like Oppenheimer deserved it more than, like, Killers of the Flower Moon, probably.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know, yeah, I'm I wasn't happy to see the Oppenheimer sweep.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it didn't win. Won what, like 5 awards? 6 more or so.
They won a lot of very important awards,
It
though.
won the important ones.
Undeservedly.
Moving on.
Moving
Costume
on.
design. The nominees were Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Poor Things, and Oppenheimer. The winner was Poor Things, and
Barbie would have been my pick.
I was so happy that Poor Things won. The costumes, absolutely amazing, and I'm really happy.
Barbie was a strong contender too. They had some really great costume design.
I thought
and great set design, my ad.
I thought Barbie was gonna take most of the technicals, but I was really happy that Poor Things won some, and I got some recognition.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been upset to see Barbie, but from what I saw, Poor Things, that film was also a very strong contender.
Cinematography. This one makes no sense. Nominees: Maestro, Oppenheimer, El Conda, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Poor Things. It went to Oppenheimer. Should have gone to Poor Things.
Yeah, should have gone to Poor Things.
I don't think there's anything else to really.
Crazy that Zone of Interest didn't get nominated for this, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know why Maestro did. Maestro.
Yeah, like Zone of Interest, like we said, every shot in that movie is brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I don't know. I would have gotten rid of.
Oppenheimer did, like, frankly, Oppenheimer, I don't even think that they deserved the nomination, frankly. There are no shots in that movie that really stood out to me.
That's fine. Its cinematography was fine. I don't think Maestro.
There are some good shots in that movie. That wasn't fair.
I didn't like Maestro at all. Like cinematography wise, like it didn't deserve to be in there. But yeah, whatever. Don't care. Moving on, we have animated feature film. The nominees are Elemental, Robot Dreams, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, The Boy and the Heron, and Nimona.
Boy and the Heron deserved it and won.
Yeah. Spider-Man fans seethe. But
yeah.
Just also FYI, I'm glad Robot Dreams got nominated. Do you know anything about Robot Dreams?
I know it's a spiritual successor to the 2005 film Robots.
No, but there's no dialogue within the movie, so I'm very happy that a non-verbal film got some recognition, because I always think that's really special.
Yeah.
Because you don't always need to speak to communicate a message, especially one that's like an hour and 30 minutes. Moving on. We did.
See, I communicated a message there.
We did actress in a supporting role. We did actress in a leading role. We have actor in a supporting role. The nominees were Sterling K. Brown, Robert De Niro, Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Gosling, and Mark Ruffles Chips. The winner was Robert De Niro. Robert Downey Jr., my bad. Sorry, too many Roberts.
And I think that this was the best movie I've seen him in. He gave a great performance in Oppenheimer, I think.
Yeah. Was it predictable? Yeah. But like,
yes.
Good job on him.
Am I salty?
No.
Kind of, but if there was an award Oppenheimer deserved to win, I think it was this award.
Also leading, which we'll get into right now. Actor in a leading role, the nominees were Jeffrey Wright, Paul Giamatti, Colman Domingo, what the fuck did I say? Bradley Cooper, and Cillian Murphy. I got it.
You did it.
Went to Oppenheimer with Cillian Murphy. Also happy with that. Like,
He gave a great performance.
That's like the best out of them. Like Paul Giamatti would be my number 2.
He's just so likable.
Yeah.
That I want him to win everything. You know.
Did you see what
Like,
happened after he won the Golden Globes?
What happened?
He took his award to Five Guys, and there's a picture of him eating a Five Guys burger with his
He's so
with the
likable.
award.
Like,
But that's
I
like a
have-
tradition in Hollywood. Like when you win a big award, you go get fast food.
Yeah, like I can't make any sort of non-biased judgment about Paul Giamatti because every time I see him up for an award, I'm like, yeah, he deserves it because he just seems so likable. Like big cool grandfather vibes from Paul Giamatti.
True. You'd like the holdovers. You'd at least enjoy it.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm gonna be checking it out. Yeah.
And finally, we have Best Picture nominees: Zone of Interest, Past Lives, Poor Things, Maestro, Killers of the Flower Moon, Barbie, Holdovers, Oppenheimer, Anatomy of a Fall, and American Fiction.
You can guess who won it. Are we happy about it? No.
I don't really. I mean, I would have preferred Poor Things, but I think Oppenheimer is a good representation of the year.
Yeah, like I think
It represents the spirit, at least I see, and I'm fine.
And honestly, I think that Oppenheimer represents a good shift in the industry towards longer films
That have a purpose.
and
Yeah, it's like you can have like a 2-hour and
And-
30 movie Marvel movie, but that doesn't have any
yeah,
purpose.
but longer films and they're like in historical fucking
well,
like snapshots of history.
well,
I think that's
Oscars love biopics, so
I know, but
not really anything new.
I do think that Oppenheimer does represent a positive change in the industry as we see films like it being more successful. Because, like I said, I think Oppenheimer is a good movie, a little bit overrated, but a good movie.
Yeah.
But a lot of the big blockbusters of the 2010s, like your Marvel movies, I thought were just like not good movies.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There were some of them were good, but like
Yeah, like you have your
Guardians of the Galaxy and your
Yeah, you have your Guardians of the Galaxy.
eh.
That was a good movie.
But like even so, there's like that energy that I do like about early Marvel. Cause like, you remember when like the Avengers trailer in the theater, like was hinted, and like, what was it, 11? Like people were going crazy. So I do have
Oh yeah.
like I love the
like growing
energy.
up,
Energy.
like I have a lot of Marvel nostalgia. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. Like I grew up on those movies. Like I was growing up. I grew up around the time that Iron Man was coming out. So I've seen pretty much every Marvel movie up until Endgame in theaters.
Yeah, but I do like that energy. But like still, it's been more monopolized now, and it would not to say that it wasn't in the beginning, but it's just more like prevalent that like it's not working.
And I think that if we were the age that we are now, like 19 and 20, when Iron Man came out, and then we saw all of those movies at our age, we probably wouldn't have as positive a perception because a lot of it is rose-tinted glasses.
Yeah.
Like,
But even so,
going back
like,
and watching it,
Dune, like, still, like that's like a monumental triumph within it, within a saga. Like people are comparing it to like Lord of the Rings as like this kind of epic.
yeah, I think that, like, I will say you do have to give it to the MCU. The fact that it is something that is very unseen outside of Star Trek and Star Wars.
But even so, like,
terms of
it's
these-
also kind of like, this is gonna be sounding really goofy, but I feel like a comparison that you can have with Marvel is that it had the same effect that Fortnite did, with the fact that it kind of changed an industry because everyone wanted to do battle royales in the gaming industry, and everyone wanted to have a cinematic universe with their movie
Yeah.
properties. It
Which,
showed lucrative business models with both industries.
yeah, and like both Fortnite and the MCU did do things right and did make achievements in their respective industries.
Yeah.
But I do think that the properties that the things that the industry took away from those were not positive. Because that's how you end up with Madam Web.
Madam Web's a banger, though.
Dude, it's a banger though.
That's how you come up with Zack Snyder's universe.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for the Zack Snyder cut of.
Dude, you know the universe is
His-
ended, right? Like, it's done. The Aquaman was the last movie.
It's over.
Yeah.
Aquaman was the last
Yeah,
movie.
I think it was supposed to be Flash, but, like, they can't do anything right, so.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
What a waste of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the film industry is heading towards a healthier, better place. And like
I'm glad, like,
I am sad with the way that comic book movies went, frankly, because there are so many great stories in comic books that need to be told.
but, like,
I think that what Spider-Verse is doing a better job at that than the MCU.
I feel like you also have to accommodate, like, general audiences when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yo, it's me in the future. I'm editing. We didn't record an outro because we didn't realize that the Oscars would be this long, and we thought it was gonna go before our Miller's Crossing review, which I'm gonna put after. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Patreon in the description. Links to a very talented artist in the description. You should check her stuff out. Get some commissions. And that'll be all. Yeah. Thanks for listening. Have a lovely day.